Alright, what is up everybody? We are wasting no time diving into my first 3 online races I had back to back. So the first one you are about to see is Misano. Green lights are out. Please do not judge. I have never raced on this track ever. So definitely going to be serving up some sloppy joes as we come into the first turn. A guy is already taking a left on a right-hander. Don't know what he's thinking about. We got a pit maneuver up ahead. He must have some warrants out for him. No worries about it as this guy takes out the competition for me, and I smoothly make maybe 4 or 5 places up in the first 2 turns here. Got a couple guys sneaking up, so no reason to celebrate what just happened there as that guy goes and cuts the grass, pulling a Tony Kanaan at the Indy 500, which I hope you watched. It was absolutely phenomenal. Now here we are diving into this long straight. I have no idea what's going to be happening up ahead. I can kind of glance at my, my mini map, but really you got to keep your eyes on the road when you're racing a public online lobby because as you see, it is absolute mayhem. We got dirt flinging up onto the windscreen. We got guys going in and touching the barrier and coming onto the road with absolute no care. I get sandwiched in between these 2 cars here, get a little contact, and you gotta love ACC's collision penalty system. It penalizes anybody and everybody. That's the same thing. Anyways, had no idea that was a high speed straightaway, so I was pushing it in 3rd gear, ready for just the next swinging turn and the next battle here. Whoa, that could have been messy. But anyways, I finally kind of get a little bit of a groove going, feeling for the car. Once again, I had no time for practice or qualifying. I really jumped in and it was just saying 250 wait time. So I was like, all right, first race, let's go. Make a clean pass on that turn, or on that car there on the first turn, send this guy out into the shadow realm, forget about it. I guess the Wi-Fi reeled him back in. And as you can see, another issue I am having is my Wi-Fi was absolutely green. I'm wired in, amazing connection as I get slammed out to the barrier here. Do the same thing back to the guy who did it to me. I got a couple guys off to the right. As you can see, every lap here is filled with absolute mayhem. I have no idea what's next. Diving in now into the hairpin here. Just skimming that car ahead of me, but that celebratory dodge is later going to be revealed to be pointless, because as we come in here to the sweeping right-hander, dodge that car, just go right into the rear end. The Lamborghini up in front is once again dangerously rejoining the track. Okay, take a breath. My goodness, just so much is happening right before my eyes. The car teleporting off. Okay, he's gone. And I have somehow made it, light tap to the rear end there as he cut across me, and I'm gonna be honest, he brake tested me. I'm racing cleanly here. I barely at moments have my throttle, but we're gonna dive now here into the main straight. Halfway through the race, I believe, and I'm pretty just gassed up, raging at this point because my get bumped off, go across the track, and my safety rating is taken enough. So I'm like, let's try a different race. Let's dive into Spa, and I was lucky enough to get this race handed to me because it was one of the few tracks on this game that I actually have a setup on. So I got a time in qualifying. It wasn't the best, so I'm at the bottom, and I'm thinking we just got to make it through this infamous first turn and everything will be golden. So here we are, side by side, double file, and we're about to get the green lights. They are shown to us, they are out. We are diving down this main straight. A car off to my left decides to cut in front of me, clips my front, and the rest is history, as you can see. Honestly, I could have let up and let him cut across, but when you're all squeezing into there on a public lobby, I want to be part of the chaos a little bit, so I can't blame him too much at all. We're all having fun here, but once again, disappointed that the safety rating is taking a whopping hit. But we're going to try and complete this lap. I have a drive-through penalty for some odd reason. I don't understand what it says, my position at the start. I'm flustered, thinking I'm going into the pit lane, and I completely missed the pit lane. So at this point, I am livid. I'm angry. I'm gonna be honest. You're thinking, really? Why are you upset? Why are you angry? Because at this point, angry Kenny believed that it was the other dude's fault. Finally find it my way into the pit lane, hit the wall. Already like, wow, here we go. And I go into the pit lane, and I'm thinking, all right, where's my little red spot? Where are we at? What are we doing? Because to be honest, I've never practiced going into the pits here at Spa, so I'm lost. I'm thinking, hello? Is this part of the penalty? Is this you guys just torturing me at this point? You just, haha, play mind games? So I dive out thinking maybe I served it, and next thing you know, I'm welcomed by an orange barrier, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Is this part of the penalty? Nope. The actual box for the GT3 cars is right up here. So I'm thinking, okay, do I gotta go through the red spot and then drive through? Or do I just drive through the entire pit lane? I'm so flustered, confused. I don't want to look like an idiot online, but that's already happening. So I'm like, okay, serve my penalty, and we get a stop-go penalty. I rage quit. Yep, I rage quit and dived right into this night race here in Hungary at the Hungaroring. Horrible pronunciation, I am so sorry, but we're going to dive here on the straightaway, which is going to lead into a sweeping right-hander. By sweeping right-hander, I mean basically a hairpin. A couple guys already off into the wall, taking it absolutely wide. I'm kind of mixed into the crowd here. I don't know what position I'm in. I've made up a couple places, but now we're diving into the left-hander, taking it nice and easy. I did not have a setup. Whoa, sparks in my face, trying to hit the brakes, not make any contact. I get bumped from the left side, several cars spinning out to the left, and I don't believe I got a penalty for that collision. Amazingly, taking out wide. And as you can see, I do not have a setup, and I have not raced on this track many times at all. I've maybe once or twice driven a couple laps, and then got off thinking, yeah, just not today. Go through the chicane here. I was surprisingly in 8th place, watching the rear end of that car. Horrible idea, as it led me almost into the barrier with him. And I am discovering that the Hungaroring is terrifying. At night, sweeping turns just popping out of nowhere, your headlights barely illuminating far enough for you to see what exactly is up ahead. So you're really depending, well, I'm really depending on the brake lights of the cars in front of me to tell me, okay, where are they braking? So that means I need to start letting off a tiny bit so I don't end up in the wall and destroying my lovely 68 safety rating, which later became a 65 after a couple more races. But anyways, we're not going to talk about that. I hold my place in 8th position here. I got a car coming up behind me. Try not to worry about it because I'm starting to get the gist of this track, because obviously I knew my braking point and he did not, and I hold on to 8th place. Like I said, everybody, if you're liking the video so far, like, comment, subscribe, please. I try to build a community here of that guy just tries to say goodbye to it all. I try not to clip into the side of him and kill him. This guy, I guess, had different plans and decided to rear end me, get another collision penalty, and drop down. I should be in 9th, but I guess I hold on to 8th, dodge another car, and move up to 7th. Math. It's beautiful. But later on, down this lap, I'm going to have a battle with this car here within the final laps of the race. And I'm going to try my best to get into 6th position here and catch up to this guy. But obviously, what you're going to see is there is a reason he passed me. There is a reason he came out of nowhere and passed me. By coming out of nowhere, I mean he put in consistent, clean laps, eventually passing the car that's having no idea what's happening on this track. And that's me. That's me. As you can see, they clearly know what they're doing, putting in consistent, clean lap, and just they're eventually going to just disappear. And I'm going to do my best now to not lose 7th place and get an 8th place. To me, I'm thinking top 10. It's all about the points. I'm not entirely sure how GT racing works when it comes to a point system. So in my head, I'm operating off a Formula 1 system that the top 10 get the points. It's just a personal thing. And I think now with having this car in front of me, I felt it was like chasing the rabbit. You know, I had something to help me be consistent, to kind of follow, flash my lights, try to play a little mind game with him, which is pointless because who am I to be playing mind games with anybody right now while racing? Because he's clearly miles ahead. And we're going to fast forward here where the mind games, I played mind games on myself, hit the wall, and eventually we forward here to the end of the lap, the end of this video. Honestly, that was my experience of online racing. Those were my first 3 online races: Misano, Spa, and then the Hungaroring. And my goodness, was it quite the adventure. But hey, the journey is the destination. We can only improve and do our best from here. So I hope you join me on this journey as I explore the online realm of racing for the first time now that my Wi-Fi has finally decided to improve. So once again, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I love to know. But yeah, it's great seeing you. Catch you around.